What's up, creatives? Here's the brief. Today we're going to be learning some coding, starting with HTML and CSS. So the first thing that I'd actually like you to do is just kind of create a folder on your desktop where we're going to be saving all of these files. I'm going to call mine My Site. So our program of choice is going to be Notepad. Notepad is just a simple text editor, and HTML is simply just a text file, so you can use probably just about any text editor to create these files. Now real quick, I will be going into other programs like WebExpression, Visual Studio. I'll even show you some open source things like Composer. We'll be going into hosting. I don't want to just show you how to do coding. I want to show you how to actually get a website up and on the web. So with that, we are beginning inside of Notepad. And I think Notepad is going to give us a good understanding of how things are linked together so that when we do move into those other programs, we understand how it's working, how it operates. And it may help us when we get into those programs. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create an opening tag. Now I've got a less than and a greater than sign with HTML in the middle, or you can call them left and right arrows. I'm just going to call them brackets. Basically, this opening tag states start reading here. So it's going to start there. It needs somewhere to end. And that's where we have our end tag. So you put a bracket and then a / HTML. So everything inside here is going to be read as HTML. There's two important things that need to go inside here. And I'm going to reiterate this probably many times, but when you're doing coding, you want to stay organized. So you want to hit the tab key here and then put in the head tag. Then we're going to actually put in the body tag. So these are the two main things that need to be inside your HTML. You got the head and you got the body. We're going to start by talking about the head. Inside the head tag, you can put meta tags, you can put script, you can put your title, you can put CSS, you can link to CSS style sheets. The first thing that we're going to do inside the head tag is we're going to actually create a title. So the title tag is pretty simple. It just says title. So in between this title tag, we're going to put Hamio. So I want to kind of give you an idea of how this title is working. I'm actually going to go to google.com inside of the Chrome browser. I'm going to just tell you, you need to download Chrome. It's going to be something that I'm going to use a lot in these tutorials, and it's really going to help us out a lot when we start doing CSS. So Chrome has this awesome feature, and if you right click and you go down to inspect element, you get this cool tool. And whenever you just kind of hover over the code, it tells you where you are on the page. And I'm going to minimize this, and you'll see that this has basically the basic elements that I've shown you already. It's got the HTML tags, it's got the head, and it's got the body. If we open up the head tag, we'll see that they have meta and they got script tags, but they also have what we just created, which is a title tag. And if you look right up here on the tab, you'll see where it says Google. Well, all that is this title tag, and we can change it and put in Hamio. So now I click off it, and you'll notice that up here on this tab, it changed, and now right on the google.com website, it says Hamio for its title, which is pretty neat. And we're going to be using this especially when we start getting into CSS. So now that we got an idea of what the title is, we're going to link a CSS style sheet. So this is a link, and it's a style sheet. It's a text file. Then finally, we're going to put in the href, which is going to tell our HTML page that we're creating what style sheet to link to. So I don't want you to overthink what all of this code means. I just want you to worry about one thing right now and understand and comprehend one thing. That when we open up Notepad and we start creating a CSS document, the link to that CSS document is going to go right here. And that is what we're going to be using to style our page. Now, in order to style our page, we need something to style. And that's where the body comes in. The body is everything that you can see when you're viewing a website. It's basically the content. It's the main view of the site. And I'll kind of demonstrate that real quick. I'm going to put, this is my awesome new site. And now we're going to go up and we're going to save this file that we just created. Now I'm going to go to the desktop and I'm going to choose my site, which is the folder that I told you guys to create for this. And I'm going to delete this .txt and I'm going to call it demo site.htm. Then I'm going to save this file. And let's minimize Notepad. Click on the My Site folder. And now you'll see that we have this file inside of our folder. Right click on it, go down to Open with Google Chrome. Alright, so now we actually have our website open. You'll see up here at the top it says Hamio. And then we have the body. It says, this is my awesome new site. Right now it's basically just pulling this file from our computer. Don't worry about that right now. Well, you'll notice that when I right click on this, inspect element, you'll see that we have the HTML, the body, and the head tags. And right here inside of our title, it says Hamio, which is really awesome because I just showed you on Google.com a pretty similar thing. So let's minimize this. Let's reopen Notepad. So in the next video, we're going to create a CSS style sheet. And we're going to work with the CSS and the HTML together and get a comprehension of how they work together. Also, if you have any ideas for templates that you would like to create, suggest them to me because I have no problem, especially early on in this series, taking them into consideration. This has been a tutorial with Joshua Hamio. Take a break, get something to eat, think of some creative ideas and bring them to me, and we'll have another tutorial for you.